used to oil weapons, and then threw it into a brazier nearby. His large nose now looked red and shiny. The 9-year campaign had taken its toll on him, Boric noticed. Boric thought back to a moment when the first sightings of the Tsurani invaders had been reported, by 2 boys at his own keep, who had found a wrecked Tsurani ship on the headlands near his castle at Cryde. Later, word had been brought by the Elven Queen of aliens in the forests that lay between her own Elvendar and the Duchy of Cryde. The world had changed. The fact of an alien invasion from another world via a magic gate was no longer a source of wonder. Boric had a war to fight and win. He had added some marks with brush and ink to the campaign map. "What's this?" asked Brukel, pointing to a notation Boric had added earlier in the morning. "Another migration of Dark Brothers. It looks as if a fairly large contingent of them are moving down from the southern foothills of the Great Northern Mountains. They're treading a narrow path near the Elven forests. I can't understand why they'd come over the mountains at this time of year." "Those Blackhearts don't have to have a reason," observed Brukel. Boric nodded. "My son Arutha reported a large force tangled with the Tsurani while they were besieging my castle 5 years ago. But those were Dark Brothers driven from the Grey Towers by the Tsurani. They were striking north to join their kin in the Northlands. They've been quiet since then." "There's one possibility." Boric shrugged. "I'm listening, old friend." "That's a bloody long trek for nothing," observed Brukel, as he wiped his nose on the back of his hand. "They're not fools." "The Dark Brotherhood is many things, but never stupid," agreed Boric. "If they're moving in force, it's for a reason." "Where are they now?" Boric said, "Last reports from the scouts near the Elven Forest. They're avoiding the dwarves at Stone Mountain and the Elven patrols heading east." "Lake of the Sky is the only destination," said Brukel. "Unless they're going to turn south and attack the elves or the Tsurani." "Why Lake of the Sky?" "It makes sense if they're trying to get up to the eastern side of the Northlands. There's a spur of mountains that runs northeast out of the teeth of the world, hundreds of miles long and impassable. Over the Great Northerns, past the Lake of the Sky, and up a trail back north over the teeth of the world is a shortcut, actually." The old Duke stroked his still wet beard. "It's one of the reasons we have so much trouble with the bastards up in Yabon." Boric nodded. "They tend to leave us alone in Cryde compared to the encounters your garrisons have with them. I just wish I knew why they were out in force, heading east this close to winter," muttered Brukel. "Something's up," said Boric. Brukel nodded. "I've been fighting Clan Raven since I was a boy." He fell silent for a moment. "Their paramount chieftain is a murderous dog named Murad. If this bunch from the Northlands is looking to join with him—" "What?" "I don't know, but it'll be bad." Looking over the rest of the map, Brukel asked, "Do we have anyone in that area now?" "Just the garrison forts along the Tsurani front and a few last patrols before winter," Boric replied. Brukel leaned close to inspect each of the small ink marks on the map, then made a sound halfway between a snort and a laugh. "Hartraft." "Who?" asked Boric. "Son of one of my squires, Dennis Hartraft. Runs a company of thugs and cutthroats called the Marauders for Baron Moye. He's up there." "What's he doing?" asked Boric. "The name is familiar, but I don't recall any reports from him." "Dennis is not one for paperwork," said Brukel. "What he's doing is unleashing bloody murder on the Tsurani. It's personal with him." "Can we get a word to him about this Dark Brothers migration?" "He's an independent. He'll come back to Moye's camp for the winter in the next week or 2. I'll send word to the Baron to get whatever information from Dennis he can." Then Brukel laughed. "Though it would be fitting for him and Clan Raven to tangle if it comes to that." "Why?"